Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failure. In our last video we did the first 9 levels of Paramedic, and then we cut that video off, and in this video we will show the rest of that same run of Paramedic. We still need to complete levels 10, 11, and 12 in order to get credit for completing this side mission. There is no level 13, you can't do more Paramedic if you would want to. I don't know why you would want to. We've got plenty of Paramedic in just 12 levels here, but anyway, we're going to wrap it up in this video. And I thought I would start by reading some stuff from the GTA San Andreas wiki. So right now I'm on the main San Andreas page. It's a wealth of information. Definitely check out the wiki if you haven't. It's linked below. First, I'm going to read a quote about San Andreas from John Davison, somebody from oneup.com. So I guess this is a video game reviewer. He says, San Andreas is shocking, not necessarily because of its typically contentious subject matter, but because of the sheer scale of the experience. Is it really the best game ever made? Quite possibly, yes. So I really like San Andreas. I don't have all that much experience with it, honestly. Maybe it will become my favorite game by the end of this series right here. But leave a note in the comments. Is San Andreas your favorite? Is it in your top 10? Feel free to share, some of your favorite video games on any console, any system, whatever, down below, and we'll see how San Andreas ranks in your comments. Now, continuing to read from the main wiki page for this game, GTA San Andreas is a Rockstar North developed video game released in late 2004 by Rockstar Games. It's the 7th title in the GTA series. So how is it 7? Well, we're going to count GTA 1 and GTA 2 and GTA 3 and Vice City and now San Andreas. That's only 5, but there's some expansions, right? There's like London 1969 and something else. This is the 3rd game in the 3D universe of the series. That's GTA 3, Vice City, and now San Andreas. It's the sequel to Vice City and the prequel to Liberty City Stories and GTA 3. It was released on the same date as GTA Advance. By far the largest and most complex playing field of any 3D universe game, San Andreas consists of 3 fully realized cities, Los Santos, where we are right now, San Fierro, and Las Venturas, and includes vast expanses of countryside, forests, a desert, and even a mountain and many hills. The game is centered around the return of Carl Johnson, also known as CJ, to his gang, the Grove Street families, and their subsequent return to power. On November 11th, 2021, the game was re-released in honor of GTA 3's 20-year anniversary under the title San Andreas: The Definitive Edition. That is a dark day indeed. The next section on this page is about the setting. San Andreas is 6 kilometers by 6 kilometers, or about 36 million square meters in size. That's just the outside map and doesn't include the interior locations in the game, of which there are a bunch. On top of that, the player is not restricted to the populated area of the map. You can take a boat or plane and travel in any direction as far as you'd like. Pedestrians in the game were made to be more reactive to the player's actions and even the appearance they choose for CJ. Swimming was a feature that was allegedly added just to quiet the fan base that had been asking for it since GTA 3. Moving on to the scripting section on this page, senior level designer Chris Rothwell confirmed that the scripting language and engine used in San Andreas hadn't changed much since it was used to make GTA 3 several years earlier. Quote, since Vice City, numerous improvements have been made to make scripting more powerful, such as, and now I'm going to list a bunch of computer programming terms, things that were improved in terms of scripting, the addition of arrays, switch statements, sequence tasks for character artificial intelligence, and uncountable game-specific commands, end quote. A lot of the new gameplay features in San Andreas were only made possible by these advancements in the scripting language. For example, the 2D-based casino and console games inside of San Andreas weren't viable in Vice City, not until a host of heads-up display sprite commands were added during the development of San Andreas. Speaking about character design, here's a quote from John White, quote, reskinning is a much more complicated task in San Andreas. This is because the model for CJ has 3 variations, normal, buff, and fat, and the clothes for the model have to be put together item by item because you have full control over CJ's wardrobe. So this is something I hadn't considered until I just read this, but yeah, like there's, 200 different articles of clothing, 300, 400, and they have to fit regardless of which of the 3 physical states CJ is in, normal, buff, or fat. And so I guess what this is saying is that there's, let's say there's 300 articles of clothing and hats and all that stuff. maybe there's actually like 900 because they had to make all 300 one at a time for each of the 3 different states of CJ, normal, buff, and fat. That's pretty impressive. The ability to change body mass is unique to San Andreas, as it has not been attempted again with any further 3D or HD universe games here in GTA. Another improvement here in San Andreas is that when you cross from one zone in the game to another, for example, from the first island that we're on right now, Los Santos, when we cross a bridge and head over to the Badlands and San Fierro, after those areas are unlocked, we're not going to get like a pause in the screen, like the screen isn't going to go black for 2 seconds while we're on that bridge and it'll say welcome to Badlands or whatever. So they got rid of that because it disrupted the flow of the game in GTA 3 and Vice City. Like when you would move from one area to another, there would be a pause, and there isn't such a pause here in San Andreas. Let's take a break from the wiki here. In the last video, I shared my experiences with GTA games, and now I'm going to go back even further and share my experiences more broadly with video games as a whole. So the first console that I got was an NES. My folks got it for me and my brother pretty late in the life cycle of the NES, maybe after the life cycle of the NES. We were definitely not early adopters in terms of technology, and we didn't have many games, but I really enjoyed the games that we had. And then many years after the Super Nintendo was done, I got a Super Nintendo, also didn't have many games there, didn't play that one as much. I mean, they were good, I just didn't get into it like I was with the NES. Along the way, played a couple of classic PC games like, what's it called, like Zork, and then like some text adventure games, and what was that one called? Myst and Ribbon. Those were awesome. And then a whole lot of nothing in terms of my experience with console games until I bought a PlayStation 1, again, well after, actually maybe it was a PS2, but well after the PS2 had stopped. I got it on Craigslist for like $9. And yeah, played a little bit of GTA 3. I'd actually forgotten to mention that in my last video with my experiences with GTA. So I did play a tiny bit of GTA 3 on a PS2. Didn't get very far. I think I played through like the first 5 or 6 missions. I remember there was an early Luigi mission where I was getting chased by the two brothers. Are they Farrelly brothers? I forget. Skunk in the Trunk, I think, was the name of the mission. And those guys harassed me and flipped my car and got me out on foot. And I got my ass handed to me. Oh my goodness. And I just gave up on that game pretty quick because I was getting nowhere fast. Then much more recently, I bought a Nintendo 3DS, and I didn't play that many games, but the games that I got into, I really got into hardcore. So fell in love with Mario Kart 7, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Pilot Wings, and Pokemon X. Just super, super games, all 4 of them. And then the most recent console I got, again, I got it on Craigslist used, was a Nintendo Switch. And essentially I bought that so that I could play Dr. Mario through the Nintendo Switch Online program with a friend of mine. He lives in a different state, but every Thursday night, still to this day, we play Dr. Mario against each other. Such a great game. We have a great time doing a phone call while we play Dr. Mario. Okay, so some point in that history, say maybe 20 years ago now, I discovered the joys of emulation. And so since then, I've gotten into, just like playing old classic games in ROM form. Oh, sorry, if there's lawyers listening, I own all of the games that I play in ROM form. And so, you could probably tell I'm a completionist in terms of, like the 2 true 100% plus series I've already made. So I'm a completionist in everything, and I'm a completionist in terms of playing these classic games. So like all the ROMs I could get my hands on, I played them in alphabetical order or chronological order on these old systems. So I started with the Atari 2600, again, playing all these things on emulators on my computer. So the Atari 2600, I played through all 528 ROMs that I could get my hands on. I played through 1,085 Apple II games. That was quite frustrating because it was oftentimes impossible to even figure out like which keys did what with the Apple II, because that was a computer, as opposed to the Atari 2600. It's got 1 red button and 4 directions you can move the joystick in. Pretty simple to figure out what those are on the keyboard. Then I played 242 games of the Atari 800, 153 ColecoVision games. I skipped the Commodore 64. I had 2,900 ROMs. I couldn't do it. It was another computer system, just like the Apple II, and I feared that I was going to have more control issues, like even figuring out what the controls were for each game would have been difficult. Played 42 Vectrex games. 77 Sega SG-1000 games. I skipped the 1,000 Amiga ROMs that I have, and then I played 62 Atari 7800 games. And right now I'm in the middle of my NES completion project. So about 900 ROMs, and I've played something like 450. So I'm about halfway through the NES project. And for all of these games, like I didn't just like blitz through them. Like I tried to experience them, kind of luxuriate in the process and going way, way back to all these consoles, many of which were from before my time. And so what I would do is I would play a little bit of the game. I would look up and see if there was like a guide or a walkthrough on GameFAQs.com. I would try to beat the game. And some of these early consoles, there's no winning. You can't beat a game. It just goes on forever, and you're trying to get a high score. But I would just try to experience each of these games fully. I would find the manuals online and skim through the manuals. Some of them were really, really gorgeous, like kind of artworks, these manuals for some of these games. And I would read a couple of reviews online, maybe check out a YouTube video of like the world record or something, and then see if there was a task, a tool-assisted speed run of the game. And then I did that for each of the titles that I described before. For some of the super old consoles, a lot of this documentation just didn't exist. So no TASs for Atari 2600 games, as far as I know. But anyway, so working through all of those systems and quite enjoying the process. I've also played a bunch of Zelda Breath of the Wild on my Switch. That's a lot of fun. I'm hoping 100% that game. That one's kind of a big one. Played a bunch of the King's Quest games, like 1 through 4, all the way through on PC. Played a little bit of Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. Loved Scrap Mechanic. I loved Stardew Valley. I got hooked on Stardew Valley. I actually made a whole series of videos on Stardew Valley. You can check those out. Check that playlist out on my channel. And then the most recent kind of newish game that I played is Submerged. I got that one on Steam. It was on sale for like $2, and enjoyed that no stress exploration game. Very peaceful, and it was kind of interesting to do all the collectibles and learn about the story. So I think that's my history with video games. Feel free to share yours in the comments below. Are there any consoles that you really love, consoles that you grew up on, games you really love, or games you hate? Either extreme is okay. Feel free to share any kind of history like that in the comments below. One thing I never understood is how bright the sky is in the game at this time of night. So something like 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., like the sky is this really, really bright yellow, off orange kind of thing. And I don't get it. Like it's going to go, like relatively pitch black. I mean, it's never pitch black in San Andreas because they want you to be able to see. But the sky is going to get dark in a couple of hours, like 2 minutes or something. But this, I don't know what this is. It's like there's like a nuclear bomb that's gone off or something. And we're looking at all the radiation. Like, is this what it looks like in California? Like with smog in the big city areas? Like I've never lived in California. I don't know. But I don't know what they were going for with this really, really bright night sky for a couple of hours. If you know what the background was for that choice, let us know in the comments. All right, let's come back to the wiki, and now we'll talk about assets here in San Andreas. Reading from the wiki, assets are properties that can generate income for the player. There are a total of 10 income-generating properties, 3 of which have to be purchased first, and 2 of which have to be acquired for storyline purposes. After acquisition of the property, the asset will generate income until reaching the maximum in a day. So let me go ahead and read through the 10 assets that exist here in San Andreas. First one is the Johnson House. That's the main safe house. We haven't actually been there yet. But anyway, at some point after completing the mission Doberman, that house will start generating money for us. We'll just be able to go pick up money. There'll be an icon right outside the front door, up to a maximum of $10,000 per day, but that depends on how many gang territories you own. Okay, then there's another asset here, Zero RC asset. That's over in San Fierro. Wang Cars is another San Fierro asset. The Verdant Meadows Airstrip, that's in Bone County, the third section, the third island in this game. RS Hall, which is like the trucker, the trucking missions asset. Vankhoff Hotel, that's where we'll do the valet mission. The Hunter Quarry, we'll do a bunch of quarry missions later in this video series. That's in Bone County. The first asset that we're going to unlock is going to be Roboy's Food Mart. That's where we've been drinking all of our sprunk. And pretty soon, in the next couple of videos, we will do the courier mission here in Los Santos. And when we complete that, we will see that Roboy's Food Mart will then be an asset that generates cash for us every day. There are courier missions in each of the other 2 areas of the map, and each of them becomes an asset as well once you complete the courier mission. So the Hippie Shopper is the courier mission over in San Fierro, and there's a Burger Shot in Las Venturas that has a courier mission. Let's talk a bit now about the collectibles here in San Andreas, and oh boy, are there a lot of them. Let's actually step back first to GTA 3. So I think of GTA 3 as just having a single kind of collectible. There are 100 hidden packages scattered around the map. You get weapons at your safe house as you collect every 10. The wiki says that, yeah, that's one of the collectibles in GTA 3, but it also counts the 20 rampages as being collectibles and the 20 stunt jumps. I don't think of them as being collectibles, but I guess I could understand the argument for calling them collectibles. Then we move on to Vice City. Again, it's got 100 hidden packages there, and it's got 35 rampages and 36 stunt jumps. GTA Advance, 100 hidden packages, 21 rampages. All right, so then we get to San Andreas, and the list is quite long. Oh my. All right, there's 100 graffiti tags on walls in Los Santos, so we're going to be doing those in one of the first story missions in the game. We could actually do it even before we do the first story mission in the game, but we're just going to wait until it's natural to do it, because there'll be a mission early on, tagging up turf, where we're given essentially an unlimited supply of spray paint, and just be much easier for me to have that unlimited supply and then do all the 100 graffiti tags. In San Fierro, there's a collectible 50 snapshots. In Las Venturas, there's a collectible 50 horseshoes, and then scattered all around the waterways of all 3 islands are 50 oysters. Lots of collectibles. And the wiki also says there's rampages, but only if you have the 2-player version of the game. And then unique stunt jumps. So in Vice City, there were 36 stunt jumps scattered around the map. In San Andreas, there are 70 unique stunt jumps. Not required for 100% completion to do any of them, but of course, we're completionists, so we're going to do all of them. Now we'll go ahead and list the restricted areas here in San Andreas. These are places where if you go before you're really supposed to be there, then you automatically get several wanted stars. So in Area 69, that's a secret military research facility over in, it's not in Las Venturas, but it's on that 3rd island. I forget the name of the, Flint County, one of the counties on the 3rd island. So if you go there, you get 5 stars. Even if you fly over the base, you'll get 5 stars. There's the Easter Basin Naval Station. That's a military base. That gives you 5 stars. The police impound garage, you go in there and you get 3 stars. If you go to either of the islands, the main islands, before you're supposed to, you get 4 stars. So San Fierro, if you go there right now, you get 4 stars. And then Las Venturas is kind of the last island, and you get there early and you get 4 stars. And then the different police stations, it looks like there's 3 of them here. You can go into the interior. If you watched my odds and ends video with the weapons, you saw that we could walk anywhere in the police station. But as soon as you had a weapon or a firearm, an explosive in your hand, you get 2 stars automatically. There's tons to read about the setting of this game, that is the state of San Andreas. We're just going to read a tiny bit here about the state as a whole, and then Los Santos in particular. So according to the wiki, San Andreas, the state, is primarily based on the states of California and Nevada, with some areas based on parts of Arizona. The state is divided into 3 cities: Los Santos, which is where we are, San Fierro, which is the 2nd island, and then Las Venturas. And then 5 counties: Red County, Flint County, Whetstone, Tierra Robada, and Bone County. Los Santos is the largest city, both by population and area, in San Andreas. It is based on Los Angeles, California. So Los Santos, Los Angeles. It is filled with references to famous LA landmarks, including the Hollywood sign, the Watts Towers, the Capitol Tower, the U.S. Bank Tower, and the Santa Monica Pier. Los Santos also includes several districts that resemble real-life cities in Los Angeles County, California. So in Los Santos, there's the neighborhood called Santa Maria, which resembles real-life Santa Monica, which is a part of Los Angeles. Then in San Andreas, there's a neighborhood called Rodeo, which is very similar to real-life Beverly Hills. In San Andreas, East Beach is very similar to real-life Long Beach. Ganton in San Andreas is very similar to Compton in California. Idlewood in San Andreas, similar to real-life Inglewood. And then finally, Vinewood in San Andreas, similar to Hollywood, California. San Fierro is the smallest city in area and 2nd largest in population in San Andreas. I guess that means it's the middle, right? Because there's only 3 cities here in San Andreas. It is situated on a peninsula in the western portion of the state. It is based on the city of San Francisco, California. San Andreas has the Fourth Road Bridge in San Fierro, similar to the real-life San Francisco to Oakland Bay Bridge, both in design and physical location. In San Andreas, there's the Gant Bridge, which is San Fierro's version of the Golden Gate Bridge, which is in real-life San Francisco. The city of San Fierro bears visible scars of an earthquake, a likely reference to the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake 3 years before the game takes place. However, news on the radio reports on the aftermath of an earthquake early in the game, suggesting that a major earthquake had hit the state of San Andreas recently. And then finally, Las Venturas is a city based on Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the second largest city in area and smallest in population in San Andreas. Like its real-life counterpart, Las Vegas, Las Venturas is located in a desert region and hosts legalized gambling, sporting casinos such as the Camel's Toe and Caligula's Palace. The city is also notable for its freeway system. Las Venturas is translated from Spanish to English as the Fortunes. And then we'll briefly read about the counties here. So we've got Red County, which is just to the north of us right now in Los Santos, based on the quintessential American countryside, populated with stereotypical rednecks. It is based on real-life Central Valley, which is located in the center of California, and the San Fernando Valley, which is just north of Los Angeles, and Orange County, which is south of it. Sierra Robada here in San Andreas is based on the Sierra Nevada area. It's a small rural county north of San Fierro. Here in San Andreas, Bayside is a waterfront town located on the western tip of Sierra Robada. It's the home of the boat school. And the wiki here suggests that the presence of the Bayside Marina and its proximity to the Gant Bridge suggests that the town here in San Andreas, the town of Bayside, is based on real-life Sausalito, California, and Tiburon, California. The town of Las Barrancas here in San Andreas, which is located within viewing range of the Sherman Dam, is likely based on Moab, Utah. Bone County here in the game, most likely based on Nye, Esmeralda, and Mineral counties in Nevada. It features Area 69 based on real-life Area 51. We mentioned the Sherman Dam before, that's based on real-life Hoover Dam. Fort Carson, which is the largest town in Bone County, is based on real-life towns of Rachel and Carson City, both in Nevada. And that's enough from the wiki. It's honestly too much from the wiki. I don't intend to have many videos where like 80% of the commentary is just me reading from the wiki. It's a great resource, but I intend to contribute more, like of my own interpretation of the events on screen. But we're early in the series, and I just needed something to speak about while we did what's going to turn out to be 52 minutes of Paramedic. 52 minutes spread out over these two videos of Paramedic. Like I mentioned in the last video, definitely quicker to do Paramedic in one of the small countryside towns, but I just felt like it was most natural to do it right here at the hospital in Los Santos, because that's where the game begins. So something else I'd love to hear from my viewers about in the comments is what are you most looking forward to in this series? We're still very early on. My guess is that this series, this playlist, is ultimately going to have at least 200 videos in it, maybe more. It's a big project, but I'm committed to getting through it. And so I'd love to hear from you. What are you most looking forward to? What missions? What characters? What story arcs? What is it that you are hoping to most get out of this series? I know that I plan to talk about each of the characters and make sure that everybody's on board in terms of the story and the major players and kind of the connections between one mission and the next and one character and the next. And this is stuff that I didn't pick up on when I played this game, 12, 15 years ago. I probably watched some, but not all of the cutscenes, and I didn't know who all the major players were. So maybe that's what you're looking forward to. Let us know. Let us know in the comments what it is that you're most hoping to see in this potentially 200 plus video playlist. When I made my GTA 3 video series, I didn't realize how long it was going to be. It was something like 173 videos when all was said and done. And then I made Vice City, and that one was even more, like 193, 194 or something like that. And obviously this game is bigger. So when I estimated like 200 videos, I honestly think I'm underestimating, and maybe by quite a bit. This is a massive, massive project. Just in terms of the amount of things to do to get 100% completion, and then just playing all the mini games, even if they're not required. It sure feels to me like this game is maybe twice as much content as Vice City, and the Vice City video series was right around 200 videos long. So we shall see, won't we? You're gonna have to be real committed to this series if you want to check out all of the videos in the playlist, and maybe by the end of making this, I myself will need to be committed. All right, so I generally don't use the sirens, but I'm just celebrating here because we've got the 78th and final patient on board, and we're wrapping up level 12 here. Nothing can possibly go wrong. And take a look in the top right. Take a look at that red rectangle. That's our health bar, and you're going to see that it moves down a little bit and gets much bigger. And that's the reward of having maximum health. There it is. And you can see that the maximum health is only filled up maybe half. And so I think, like I said in the last video, that means that completing this mission gives you twice the starting health. All right, so that is Paramedic finally done. Looking forward to doing something not Paramedic in our next video. If you have any memories you'd like to share about Paramedic, go ahead and throw them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.